Everyone wanted to escape from the airport because a deadly virus had broken out there. David hurriedly left the airport. Then he drove his car, planning to head home, but the roads were filled with people fleeing for their lives. David had no choice but to leave his car on the side of the road and walk the rest of the way home on foot. But when he was almost at his front door, he saw an astonishing scene. His neighbor's door had actually been surrounded by a quarantine barrier. David curiously walked up to take a closer look, but he was stopped by a soldier. At that moment, the neighbor's front door opened. Two men dressed in hazmat suits came out escorting a patient. This patient not only had a collar around their neck, but their mouth was also tightly covered. Obviously, the neighbor was a virus carrier. Back home, David was so scared that he couldn't sleep. The next day, his sister called him. She told David that he absolutely must not go outside. But there was very little food left at home. He had to take the risk and go out to stock up on supplies. But when he arrived at the store, he found it was full of people fighting over supplies. Even the people inside the store were frantically grabbing everything. At that moment, David found 2 cans of dog food on a shelf, but unexpectedly, they were snatched away by an old man. Seeing that the store shelves were completely out of food, David could only go to the gas station to try his luck. Luckily, there was still some leftover food inside, but when he walked out of the gas station, a terrifying scream came from behind him. Then a police officer was tackled to the ground by another person. Seeing this terrifying scene, David grabbed a mop and tried to save the police officer. But unexpectedly, the monster lifted its head. Then the monster charged straight at the man. At that critical moment, the monster was taken out by the cop with a single shot. David then hurriedly returned home. Then he closed all the windows. And following an online tutorial, he added a new row of bars to his fence. Then he continued to reinforce the doors. The next day, the small town had turned into a ghost town. David survived for 10 days on what little food he had. But now the food had completely run out. He had to go out and search for supplies again. For safety, he fully armed himself. But he searched through several houses and couldn't find any food at all. Luckily, David found an off-road motorcycle.